Hello and welcome to St John's Families Online. Well, in these weeks between Christmas, where we celebrate Jesus being born, and Easter, when we remember Jesus dying on the cross but then coming back to life, we're going to be thinking about different things that Jesus said and did. And most of those stories in the Bible are from the Gospels, which is Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, and they take place in the last few years of his life as an adult. And actually today we're going to start with a challenging question. What do you think it means to have faith in someone or something? What does it mean to believe in something? And that's the theme of today's story. So why don't you have a chat about what it means to have faith in someone? And while you're there, why don't you also talk about who are the people that you trust, who you have faith in, who you believe in? Now, you might say God, but who are the other people that you know? And it might be because you have faith in them because of who they are and that you know them, or it might be because of their job. So have a chat about what does it mean to have faith in someone or something, and then think about who are the people that you have faith and trust in. Press pause, have a chat, and then press play again, and I'll tell you the story. Well, you can read today's story for yourself in Matthew chapter 8 of the Bible. But the story starts with a man who's really unwell. He's so unwell that all he can do is lie on his bed because his legs don't work and he's feeling really poorly. Now, normally this man would be busy doing his job, and his job was to be a servant. And that meant he had to do lots and lots of jobs for his boss. And his boss was a Roman soldier. But he wasn't just any Roman soldier. He was actually a bit of a big cheese. He was the boss of lots of other soldiers. He was a Roman centurion, which meant that he had 100 soldiers working for him. But even though this boss was really powerful and had lots of other people to do things for him, he was worried. He was worried about how ill his servant was, about the fact that his servant couldn't move. And the Roman centurion had heard the stories about Jesus and about what Jesus had been able to do for other people. And he'd also found out that Jesus was nearby. And so the Roman centurion, this guy who had lots of people working for him, decided to go and find Jesus. And when he found Jesus, he told him about how unwell his servant was. Well, Jesus said to him, "Well, do you want me to come to your house and see your servant then?" And the Roman centurion, you'd think, would say, "Yes, come on," and drag Jesus there. But actually, what he said to Jesus amazed and surprised, I think, Jesus, but also everybody else. Because the centurion said, No, you can't come to my house. My house is not good enough for you to come to because you are so special, Jesus. But actually, Jesus, I believe in you so much. I have so much faith in you that I know if you just said it, you could heal my servant. You don't even need to come to my house and see him or touch him." Well, Jesus was amazed that this Roman centurion, a guy who had lots of power, the Romans were in charge at the time, not the Jews where Jesus belonged to, that this man was willing to come and not only ask Jesus for help, and know that Jesus had power, but that Jesus had so much power that he just needed to use words and something would happen. Well, Jesus sent him home. And when the Roman centurion got home, he discovered his servant fully better, completely healed, able to use his legs and everything. The Roman centurion had had faith in Jesus. And that faith had been realised because Jesus had made the servant better. I wonder what surprises you most about that story. Is it that the Roman centurion, someone who had power and money, still needed Jesus' help? Is it that Jesus didn't even need to see or touch the servant to make him better? Does it make you ask questions about how Jesus' power worked? Well, why don't you have a chat about those things together? Press pause on me in a moment and think about those questions or any questions that you've got about the story. And think about the centurion and what he believed about Jesus. How much faith did he have? So press pause, have a chat, and then press play again. Well, I hope you had a good chat together. I'm going to give you a few ideas now of things that you might want to do next, and you can choose the ones that you like the sound of at your house. Well, first of all, I wonder what the centurion and the servant did next. Do you think they just went about their business, or do you think they decided to have a bit of a celebration, a bit of a party, a bit of a praising God for how amazing it had been that he had healed the servant? So you might want to have a bit of an at-home praise party. Maybe use the St. John's YouTube playlist for this month with different praise songs about God, or pick your favourite songs that you like, and why don't you praise God, turn the music up and have a bit of a dance and praise God for the good things that he's given to you and to all of us, and for his power that we see in this story. So that's one idea, have a bit of a praise party. I think the second thing maybe that it'd be good for us to think about is actually God's power is so much that he can do anything. And in this story, Jesus didn't even need to be with the servant for him to be healed. I wonder if you know anyone at the moment who's not well or who needs some kind of help. It would be great for you to pray for them. Pray that God will help them with whatever they need. So that's the second suggestion. Spend some time praying to God for other people that you know that need his help. Or perhaps you'd really like to make yourself a sword and a shield, and a bit like the Roman soldier. And as you think about, you make those things, you might want to think about how God helps us and keeps us safe, a bit like a sword and a shield could do. So that's another idea. Make your own sword and shield. Or if you like playing games on a phone or a tablet, then you might want to check out the Guardians of Ancora app, which is a game where you can go running and exploring stories about Jesus. And today's story is one of the games that you can play on the Guardians of Ancora app. So you might want to check that out if you enjoy that. And it'll ask you some questions and give you some ideas of things to pray about as you play that game. But most of all, for all of us, is for us to remember this week that we can have faith in God, knowing that he has the power to do anything. And let's thank him for that. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great week.